Welcome to the Ingleside Public Library Virtual Summer Reading Program. Today we are reading Rabbit's Gift by George Shannon. It is a fable from China. Rabbit twitched his nose in the cold, damp air. Time to find food. More snow was coming. Coming soon. He hopped and pawed through the field till he found a turnip, then a second one too. Quickly as he could, Rabbit rolled them home. Rabbit grinned as he nibbled. A turnip always makes for a cozy meal. Warm and safe, he thought about Donkey alone on the hill and wondered if she'd found enough to eat. Rabbit gently butted his extra turnip to Donkey's house, but Donkey wasn't there. Rabbit left the turnip by the door, then hopped back home as his tracks disappeared in the falling snow. When Donkey returned with a potato she'd found, she nearly stepped on the turnip by the door. "Who could have left this nice surprise?" asked Donkey. "My potato's plenty for me. Goat's always hungry. I'll take this to him." Donkey hurried to her neighbor's, but Goat wasn't there. Donkey left the turnip by the door, then climbed back home as her tracks disappeared in the falling snow. When Goat returned with the cabbage he'd found, he nearly stepped on the turnip by the door. "Dear me," said Goat, "someone's lost a turnip, and with all this snow, maybe it was Deer when she passed this way." Goat tucked his cabbage inside the door, then rolled the turnip around the bend to Deer's house, but Deer wasn't there. Goat left the turnip by the door, then trudged back home as his tracks disappeared in the falling snow. When Deer came home with a carrot she found, she nearly stepped on the turnip by the door. "How kind," said Deer. "Someone's left me a gift, but there's no need to keep more than I can eat. With the snow this deep, Rabbit couldn't have found much food." Deer took high steps through the deep, deep snow. Rabbit was home, but sound asleep. Deer left the turnip by the door, then leapt back home as her tracks disappeared in the falling snow. The next morning Rabbit woke up early. After a nibble of his turnip, he was ready to play, but as he stepped outside, Rabbit tripped on another turnip lying by the door. "Who in the woods could have brought me this?" Rabbit looked for tracks, but the night's fresh snow had erased everything. "I don't know who to thank." Then Rabbit slowly grinned. "But I know just who to share it with." Yes, a turnip always makes for a cozy meal. There is an additional author's note. Rabbit's Gift is based on a folktale that has been shared for centuries. More than 25 years ago, I first discovered an English translation of a German version that attributed the story to China. Since then, I have found Japanese, French, and Spanish retellings. The core narrative of this story has also been collected in Syria and Jordan. No doubt, like most folktales, this story exists among and beyond these cultures. Now through this book, I share it with you. And it has the Chinese symbols for rabbit, donkey, goat, and deer. Thank you for joining us, and we do have some recommendations for older readers. If you enjoyed reading about a rabbit, we have a few more books with rabbit characters that we recommend for older readers. The first is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DiCamillo. Edward Tulane is a China rabbit loved by his owner, Abilene. When he gets lost, he goes on a miraculous journey that takes him to the ocean, a garbage heap, a railroad. He meets a dog, works as a scarecrow. He's broken and repaired. During his journey, he falls in love with a new owner, loses her, and then finds love again. This book is both exciting and touching. We have 2 books in the Rabbit and Bear series by Julian Joff and Jim Field. In Rabbit's Bad Habits, Bear wakes up from hibernation and decides to build a snowman. Rabbit, Bear's grumpy neighbor, also decides to build one. After a rocky start to their relationship, a bad decision by Rabbit, and a heart-racing wolf chase, Rabbit and Bear become friends. It's a fun story with lots of amusing banter between the 2 animals. If you want to learn more about some of the animals in this book, we have something from the nonfiction section. Who has a trumpet nose? Ask me about mammals. This is one of 12 books we have in the Ask Me series. Learn more about deer, rabbits, and other mammals, and then explore the rest of the series. On Thursday, Andrew is going to walk you through an origami rabbit bookmark. If you like origami, we have another selection from the nonfiction section, Origami for the First Time. This book walks you through some basic techniques, then grab some scrap paper and learn how to make picture frames, containers, animals, and more. If you really like origami, you might like reading about it. We have the first book of the Origami Yoda series by Tom Engelberger, The Strange Case of Origami Yoda. Dwight is kind of an oddball, but he makes cool origami. When he makes an origami puppet of Yoda, Yoda can predict the future, and he gives advice that actually works. How can Origami Yoda be so smart when Dwight seems so clueless? So this begs the question, is Origami Yoda real? It's a fun book with an intriguing mystery. At the end of the book, it provides instructions for you to make your own Origami Yoda. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you join us on Thursday. Andrew's craft video will be rabbit origami bookmarks. Don't forget to stop by the library to pick up your bag this week. It will contain some of the craft supplies that you will use to follow along with his video. And while you're in the library to pick up your bag, see if you can check out one of these books or something else that you will love reading and that you can add to your summer reading log.